Okay, first things first, I feel like I have to say this because just the way people are now. I don't give a fuck about Kevin Hart nor Katt Williams. I don't know these niggas. But I do have to say something about these unbelievable claims that Katt made. Now, if you seen my short, I already addressed this nigga graduating or being accepted into college at the age of 7. He also said that he read 3,000 books a year ever since the age of 8. If you do the math, that comes to about 8 books a day. And he said this wasn't no green eggs and ham. These was autobiographies. Okay, Katt, I believe that. Or I believe that you believe that. But let me go ahead and get to my point. Again, I have no problem with Katt Williams, and this is not me attacking Katt because I like Kevin Hart. I don't think Kevin Hart is funny at all. I don't watch his movies, his stand-up. He is one of those comedians like Robin Williams that, you know, it's for kids. Kids like that shit. But again, the problem I have with Katt Williams' statements, and hey, live your best life, Katt. Say what the fuck you want to say. My problem with Katt Williams is the same problem that I have with LeBron James. It's y'all motherfuckers who believe bullshit. Easily. There's a video of Katt running in a gym like a nigga full of liquor, and as he passes by the screen, I guess one of his friends show us that he ran that shit in like 4.47, which is cool. I'm not taking nothing away from him. Maybe he did. Cool. Again, my problem is the way that motherfuckers show this is proof. Because he showed something on the screen. You know, years ago when I was doing music, it used to get me. It used to kill me. I had friends and associates that would pay some record pool, some promoter across the country to get their song played on the radio. This is early 2000s, late 99. People would play to get their song on the radio in a market that they don't live in, that they know nothing of. Let's say LA. They don't know anybody out in LA. So they'll pay, let's say, I don't know, $500 a month to get your song played on the radio in LA. 3 months pass, and somebody sends them a piece of paper that said they played your song 30 times last month. Now, they never heard it on the radio. This is before the internet days. They never heard it on the radio. They didn't have anybody verify that. They just got a piece of paper that says, I played your song 30 times. And they would go about bragging about, oh, man, I'm getting played in L.A., man. I'm getting paid. I'm getting played, you know, across country, whatever. They was not getting played. A nigga just showed them a piece of paper. And they believed that shit. You know, one of my favorite TV shows is American Greed. And it baffles me how many of these scam artists pull off these very, very, very unsophisticated scams saying that they could double your money. They'll get you to make an investment, let's say a few thousand to start with. And then, a month later, they come back with a piece of paper that says your money was doubled. That's all. No proof, just a piece of paper. And what do? Oh, man, this guy has a machine. This guy has a system going. He doubled my money. Let me go all in now. Then, of course, a little while later, they come back with another piece of paper. Man, your money was tripled. My point is, why didn't we see the beginning of that video? Why didn't we see when that clock first started? That timer first started? Don't show me the end result. That means nothing. Well, to a real person, some people are very easily persuaded. You know, back on my music days, I used to produce. You know, a lot of my clientele at the time were big dope boys. And you know, we make a deal, maybe a bundle deal for a certain amount of tracks. And it killed me how members of my team would celebrate the promise of securing the bag. We shake and they be like, oh man, you about to get this. I'm not about to get nothing. I don't celebrate until that money's in my hand. Promises and pieces of paper, that means nothing. It bothers me that some people are so easily persuaded by meaningless acts. Some people, I was even talking to some people that they're mad at me for doing the easy math and realizing that, damn, 3,000 books, 365 days, it's about 8 books a day, a little more. You must be a hater that you did that math. No, I must have wanted to investigate and see was that even possible to do. I just don't take niggas' words. I'm sorry. But see, now that I know that there's a lot of you out there like this that just can see a picture, it's making me want to do some bad things. It's making me want to just show y'all some paper to guarantee some shit so I can get on. But I'm not that kind of person. It's making me think about it, but I'm not that kind of person. You're lucky. People, you have to start doing your own research. Doing more than taking people's word. Like I said, I have no real problem with Katt. He's not one of my favorite comedians. Not one of my favorite actors at all. I mean, he said it's suspicious when someone says they don't want to be a Hollywood star. I don't know if he's ever said that, but he's not one. I don't know if y'all ever looked at his IMDb page or seen his movies. He's in a lot of those, you know, Mama Get the Grits Off the Stove movies. I guess that's Hollywood, sort of. But that's another thing. And I do believe in the Illuminati. I believe all that shit exists. I believe there's horrible people out there and doing stuff. But, man, the bar for joining the Illuminati must be pretty low if they grabbing niggas off of seeing them be in the Epic movie. Off of seeing them be in Choices 2, Treasure in the Hood. You ain't no Hollywood star. I'm sorry, you're not. And again, before you forgetful-minded people start thinking, oh, he going to bat for Kevin. What the Kevin Hart? I can't even remember the nigga's name because I don't, like I said, I don't fuck with him. I don't like Kevin Hart. Cheers to both these brothers for getting their money. I'm glad for them. They've never gotten any money from me. I always thought it's funny that Katt talks a lot about the black community and what we need to do. And this guy he went to college at 7. He done read 3,000 books a year since he was 8. But yet he chose to have a pimp persona for the rest of his life. And I'm going to say pimp persona. I don't know if this guy's ever been really a pimp. There's been allegations, and, you know, he got some charges and whatnot. Who knows? I just think if he's a pimp, hey, that's him. More power to him. If it's just a persona, well, hey, do what you do anyway. But the more I talk, I realize I was a little bothered by some of the other things. Well, let me tell you what I was really bothered by. Like I said, the Illuminati is real. But let's get this straight. The nigga wasn't exposing the Illuminati. He ain't exposed none of them people that invited him to them parties. He exposed the low-hanging fruit. Ludacris, Cedric the Entertainer, and other people who are also not Hollywood stars. This reminds me of how they do us. They go after the dope boys. They ain't going after the ones that bring the dope in the hood. They go after the dope boys. Niggas that are easily replaced. And I'm sorry if that deal Ludacris took from the Illuminati for 10 movies is real, well, you got ripped off, because he's not starring in any of those movies. He's an extra in Fast and the Furious. He ain't even in all those movies. And when he is, he's just an extra. He ain't a main character. You know, I guess if that's what you like, y'all just like hearing sensationalism. Right on. I'm glad you told on Martin Lawrence. You ain't tell on none of the handlers. You ain't tell on none of the Illuminati members, the white guys. But you entertain some people, so that's all that matters. You are an entertainer, so that's all that matters. Like I said, I don't hate Katt. I just hate the fans that are easily amused. And let me say one more thing. There's been this rumor or this conspiracy about black men being put in these dresses in Hollywood for a long time. And if it's true, man, that's fucked up. And people that stoop to that level to get a little fame and money, I'm not with that. But at the same time, Martin Lawrence was acting like a woman in a movie. His character was playing a woman. You was on Shay Shay couch, gossiping like a whole bitch. Like a real woman. They were playing characters. You was a woman in real life. But I'm happy for you that you're getting your 15 minutes of fame. I hope it lasts 30 minutes. Like I said, I'm not particularly a fan of your comedy. Not my taste. But I do know people that love you, so it must be something. You must have something. Anyway, I've talked way longer than I had planned to today. Just wanted to put down my 2 cents on everything that's going on with Katt. Mainly wanted to talk about that running he doing at the age of 52, putting the NFL to shame. Oh yeah, one last thing. Now to everybody out there that believes everything that Katt's been saying, I have a way that I can double your money.